Hey everyone, thanks for coming. Today we're going to go underneath here and see what all this stuff is. Most people just take their car to the mechanic and don't get a chance to really look under it, so let's peek our heads under here and see what we got going on. Stay tuned. Thanks for coming again. Appreciate your support. Just wanted to go underneath the car here and take a look, see what all we got under here. So I'm going to start at the back here and just kind of start going under. Exhaust tips here. If this thing ever starts falling, you can actually adjust it right about here. There's this little, right here, there's a bolt. Loosen that up and you can adjust your tips right there to make this gap right on either side and this gap right here correct. And then we got our resonator right here, which a lot of people like to get rid of. I've left mine because I don't need it any louder when I leave at 5 in the morning. Neighbors already think I'm crazy. All right, let's crawl under here. Oh, where's my light at? Where's my light not on? There we go. Now I can see better. Okay, so if you were wondering, what's the drag suspension on this thing? What's the comparisons with the Demon? So that's the adaptive suspension. That's the rear shocks. And you see that little extra piece there? That's what the adaptive portion of it is, which helps soften or tighten that rear shock electronically. And then we have our coil spring here. And let's go ahead and look. There's our, right in here, see the boot right there? There's actually a shaft that runs back to our differential. Let me go ahead and go under here. So there's our differential, and you can see on either side, right about there, sorry for the camera work, it's kind of hard under here. Right there is where the shaft meets your differential, and I do not have a diff brace on this yet. Eventually I'd like to put one on. If anyone has any ideas on what brand or type of diff brace I should put on, please leave it in the comments below. But I've also know that this is a 309 rear end, which I believe is the common one that comes in the 1320. I thought about looking at other ratios to see if that would improve, but I'm kind of waiting for somebody else to jump in that pond first to see if it improves their times before I go trying to swap this one out. So let's keep looking down through here. So what's that on the exhaust over here? Oh, it looks like we might have a little bit of dump here from the factory, which makes it sound a little crazy. When you put it in drag mode or you downshift, it gives it a heck of a lot more tone compared to the highway where it's nice and simple and you don't really hear much. So if you're wondering why the stock exhaust sounds so good, this here is the culprit, which is awesome. I have no intent on changing my stock exhaust. So let's keep looking around. There's some wiring that's heading back up front of the car from the trunk. Has to do with, since your battery is mounted in the back and your stereo and all that stuff, I'm sure that's part of that wiring. I haven't actually dug in to see which one is which. I'm sure I'll eventually get there. But you'll notice there's a skid plate under here on each side, mounted to the bottom, so if you hit them train tracks a little fast like some of us do, you won't destroy it. So that's the main meat and potatoes back here. So I'm going to go ahead and pause this and then head up to the front of the car, and let's see what we got up there. Stay tuned. So here we are under the front. So this is the same adaptive suspension on the front. As you can see, it's kind of more of the coil over shock type with that extra reservoir to help stiffen or loosen that suspension on the front. And I know I'll probably get corrected by 800 people, but I'll put a link to an engineer who knows how this suspension fully works, and you guys can watch some educational videos on it. I learned a lot from the dude. He knows way too much. So I'll leave a link to that guy down below. Let's keep on looking here. All right, so we got our catalytic converter right here. trying to see if that's, yeah, there's O2 sensor on the other side. I can't really reach it. But there's also a skid plate under here, which you remove when you are doing your oil change. See the bolt closest to the camera, you remove that one. It's a 10 millimeter, and you do the same on the other side. And then there's 3 up front, and you can get to your oil filter. You can get to the bottom of, you know, your trans and your motor from there. This does have the 8-speed torque flight transmission in it. I know most of them are now for 2019. Let me keep on moving around here. Unfortunately, there's not much to see in under the front of the car due to that cover that they have on there. I will be doing an oil change video soon, so I'll pull that off and we'll go in great detail. Location of the oil filter, what the stock number of the oil filter is. I want to do my oil change video a little different than others do. And I also want to call out in there that you have to keep your warranty, you have to put your oil change date, mileage, and receipts on the FCA website. So if anybody has done that and hasn't put those things on the website, please do so, just to keep in good graces with Mama Mopar. But thanks for coming once again, and I'll keep doing videos on things that not a whole lot of other people do, and see if you guys like it. Boy, looks like I need to clean that up and reshoot it. The desert doesn't rust, so that must not have been from here. Anywho, thanks guys, we'll see you later. If you like these videos, please hit the subscribe button. If you really like these videos, hit the little bell and it'll notify you whenever I put up a new one. Thanks again for all your support. This is so much fun to make videos for you guys. And if you have any requests for a video you want to see that I haven't covered, let me know. Racing will come more. I know I haven't put a whole lot of races up here, but it's still hot out in Arizona, so that's coming October, end of October into November, so look forward to that too. Thanks guys, bye.
You like coffee? Why does it have coffee?